Holy shit, World 1-1 podcast is back. I am your host, Larry the Bearded Wonder. With me, as always, is Eddie Nestle Magic Head B.
Halo 5 is really good. Literally really good. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, but I told you. Story they promised.
What'd you say, Larry?
You said Halo 5 is really good, but the whole story that I wanted, that I was promised for Halo 5, wasn't there.
I haven't tackled the story just yet.
If you ignore the story, Halo 5 is really good.
But
Yeah, well, but the story's the only reason I wanted to play it.
I know.
We'll get into what we've been playing.
That's like saying, if you ignore this game is great.
Well, that's Grand Theft Auto 5.
Fair, that's the same argument that I hear from Metroid Other M all the time. If you ignore Metroid Other M is great.
Well,
I liked Metroid Other M.
The story was confusing in Other M because it was just like, you guys didn't edit this game, like edit the story.
No, the story wasn't confusing. It was just poorly told.
Well, they didn't conclude some of the stuff. You'd be like, wait, what? You forgot this whole plot point.
No, you can conclude it if you actually tick off the names as you go along, because there's only one left, I promise. It actually works out to where you can figure out who it was, but they just don't explicitly say it at any given point. So, because they moved on to other shit. And also with us is Corey, I am fucking exhausted, Hudson Derrick.
I'm here. Larry, can you really call yourself the Bearded Wonder anymore? Because that beard, it looks more like stubble now.
No, there's a distinction. You should call yourself though. I mean, there's like
Larry Babyface Wonder.
I mean, to be fair though, my beard isn't really. It doesn't just stop here. It maybe has like a momentary pause or gaps, but it then just continues.
His redneck roots is coming in.
Oh boy. Well,
so I have like a full body beard.
That is true. That really is true.
Oh my god, that's so going to be my new
welcome to World 1-1 Bodycast.
That's right. Oh god.
It's true because I'm a witness to it.
It's a full body beard. Oh god. So much volume. It's so soft. Anyways, oh holy shit. Corey, what have you been playing for the last week and a half? To which, on that note, by the way, our apologies for the delay. Schedules just kind of got fucked all the way through the weekend and into Tuesday night. So, but everything should remain on the normal schedule going forward. But Corey, the hell have you been playing?
Well, a lot of Destiny 2 still. It's kind of like one of the only games I've been playing. But I've been playing
how's the story in that?
Yes.
This guy, it's serviceable. It's better than Halo 5's. But I've been playing Super Nintendo Classic. I've been playing a lot of Switch, trying to finish up Mario and Rabbids, and then I've been playing a lot of FIFA on there, actually.
I just talked to a coworker today, said her son ripped through Mario and Rabbids in a weekend.
Ow. What?
Right.
Apparently. She's like, thank God I didn't spend $60 on it, and I just rented it.
Was it like a 3-day weekend, and he started Thursday night non-stop?
Apparently.
I mean, I'm still on World 2. I've been playing everything. No, I checked my timer, too. It's not like I've been like not playing the game. I've played for like 15 hours. It says played for over 15 hours, so I don't know how many hours that is. Somewhere between 15 and 20, I guess. Yeah. But, like, I'm only on World 2, but I'm, like, trying to go through and find all the secrets and stuff, and trying to...
That's probably a big difference, too, then.
100%, like, clear every level and try not to die and try to find weapons and stuff. But, yeah, that's kind of about it. Yeah, that's what I've been playing. Nothing interesting. Nothing I haven't already rambled on about 47 times.
Fair enough. Eddie, what have you been playing?
Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, getting more a little bit through that game. For PS4, about to start up Yakuza Kiwami, a game that came out like I think a couple of months ago, or I think it just came out.
I think Kiwami came out in like February, and Kiwami 2 just came out or is coming out.
Yeah, because I picked it up when I was in Cleveland, so I'm about to start that one. For Xbox One, you guys heard me just say Halo 5. I got to say, that intro cinematic is amazing.
Where they're jumping out of the thing and they're like snow surfing down the mountain shooting stuff. Oh my gosh, that opening cinematic's awesome.
I was just like, 343 Studios, y'all on point. Y'all mugs are on point. And Corey, just like we were talking about Gears of War 4 looking good, this game looks fantastic.
Yeah, Halo has always looked good, but like somewhere between Halo 4 and 5, like 343 really stepped it up in the graphics department. Like, hey, if Destiny wasn't a thing, I would probably still be playing Halo 5. Like, Halo 5 feels really good to play. The guns feel great.
Oh, the guns are amazing.
The guns sound great.
Yes.
Like, the new, like, dash and, like, just the little things, like, when you barely miss a jump, but they pull themselves up onto the ledge, like, the little things like that really kind of improve that game a lot. And it feels fast. It feels like they just pressed fast forward a little bit on Halo 4. And, like, it still feels like Halo, but it feels fast. Kind of like the old arena shooters, which I think they said it was what they were trying to go for. But the multiplayer really reminds me of Halo 3, which I really loved. And like, I wish I just had more time to play Halo multiplayer, because Halo is really good. Halo 5 is really good.
I could actually say this, that I'm enjoying Halo 5 more than I am Destiny 2, because graphically Halo 5 just destroys.
Halo looks way better. Halo looks way better than Destiny. There's no denying that at all.
I'm loving the guns. I'm just like, goodness, I'm like, literally, if I had to like now decide between Halo 5 and Titanfall 2's guns, I literally think Halo 5 beat.
Oh, it's out. Halo. Say what you will about like Halo 5 story or whatever, because like, I mean, I did a whole video on Halo 5 story and why it sucked, but like, I like Halo 5, like 343 has done a really, really great job of making that game feel great. And, you know, everybody always dogs on Xbox by not, like, creating something new with new, like, old franchises or new franchises or whatever. But, like, the last couple weeks with you playing Gears 4, me revisiting Gears 4, that was the other game I played. I played the first couple missions of Gears of War 4 because that game is amazing. And, like, talking about Halo 5, like, Halo and Gears are still some of the best games out there. Like, they still feel really good to play. They graphically, they're awesome. Story, you know, Microsoft could hire some writers, I think, and, you know, some editors. But, like, at the same time, you can't deny that Halo 5 was not a blast to play, especially when you're playing through the campaign multiplayer with friends. Like, it feels so good to jump and run and just feel overpowered shooting the guns.
So it probably would have been less upset, though, if they had advertised it correctly, instead of advertising one story and the game having none of that.
Oh, I know.
You know, like, I'm like, this is what I was hyped up to see. You shouldn't have told me this is what I was going to see.
The game they advertised is like...
does not exist.
It's like Halo 4.5. It's like the game that should have taken place between Halo 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, it's just like that game doesn't exist, and that whole storyline is wrapped up in like the second mission. So
that's I will say though, on the note of Halo, it took 343 for me to really get into Halo. Like, I played 1, 2, and 3. And again, as anybody that's listened to this for any length of time knows, I'm not one for the online multiplayer shooter. So it wasn't what I played it for. I played it because I wanted to play through the campaign. I wanted to sit into the story and enjoy it. And I did. They weren't bad. They were serviceable. But when I went from 3 to 4, that's when it just jumped it for me. And I was like, where the fuck was this the whole time? Mm-hmm. This was great.
Yeah, I still think Halo 4 is the best Halo. Well, like, hands down.
Hands down.
Like me, like we were talking about, Larry, that like Halo 4, when I seen the trailer for it, it looks like a Metroid game.
Well, yeah, you know, like we said, there's a good reason for that. It's because the Retro Studio art guys were working on it.
Yeah.
Okay. But when I looked at that art style, I was just like, dang, this looks good. Like, it, to me personally, started from Halo 4 and 5. It made the old games look
like
terrible.
I loved the weapons that, you know, when you went to reload them, there were parts that were just like fucking floating in the air and shit. You know, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, really? That's
like
what you should have been doing all
Halo
along.
4, that first level, when you go to like reload your battle rifle, you just see the empty clip float off into space.
Yeah, little touches.
So good. I want to replay Halo 4 and 5. Like, I've tried to replay Halo 1, can't do it. I finished Halo 2 on the Master Chief Collection. And even revisiting 3 recently, like, without like a sprint button or anything, like, I don't know, those games just feel so dated without the sprint button. And like, Halo 4 is kind of where I want to restart Halo 4 and play Halo 4 and 5 again.
We'll do it, Corey. Let's play.
I know, we got to do it.
Yeah,
we got to do it soon.
Started up Stardew Valley. Kind of.
You and my wife, you poor souls.
She's playing the Switch version, right? Did she just start?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing the Xbox One version. I'm gonna get Switch like later on because a lot of people playing it. It's slow, and hopefully it builds up. You know, I haven't really played any kind of like game like that because I thought it was like a RPG in a sense, but it don't feel.
No,
like
it's Farmville. Except it demands even more of your life.
Okay.
Well, there's like a dating sim and a mining sim in there somewhere too.
Yeah, it's like take all the sim categories and combine it with some Facebook games, and you'll come out with Stardew Valley. It's like they took all the different equations for addiction and put it into one game.
Well, a lot of people relates it or compares it to Harvest Moon, so that's why. But
I would say probably if you took a little bit of Harvest Moon and a little bit of Animal Crossing and you slapped it together.
Yeah.
To be fair, those two things together spelled, you know, no life, and that's kind of what Stardew Valley is you will have no life.
But Harvest Moon is more of an RPG. I think the earlier titles are.
In
a sense.
Sort of.
I've never played Harvest Moon, so you're not going to get an answer from me.
I haven't played it neither. I just said that was the comparison.
I have been playing some RPGs. That's a thing.
Yay.
That's a thing that doesn't usually come out of my mouth.
Secret of Mana on the Super NES. I've played Contra 3, Metroid: Samus Returns. I'm still close to the end. I'm sorry, Larry, I didn't pick it up.
You're not done with that.
Because I ended up putting it down and started doing Pokemon Silver. That's why. So been playing that. I love Pokemon. Because I own Gold as the cart, I did Silver this time, which is weird because I did Pokemon Blue for the download, even though I own the blue cart instead of buying red. But I like blue version, Pokemon Blue. And then
I don't care what version you play as long as you start out with Charmander. Get Charizard.
That's right.
No.
Nope.
You always start with Charmander. That's the correct. There's only one right answer, and that's it.
You do not start with Charmander.
Yeah, you do.
You start with the grass type.
No, ew,
Yes.
no. You're the only. You're the only
that
person
nobody picks for a reason.
You're the only person that picks Bulbasaur first. Who picks Bulbasaur? Nobody picks Bulbasaur. He's a sad little flower turtle.
But when you get Bulbasaur up to his level and you get Life Seed, because when you get to the final four, once you throw Life Seed, it stays on them. They cannot do nothing with it. So you are draining energy.
Or you just level your Charizard up to level 99 and just use Flamethrower.
See, that's too much work. Don't give me that look.
You sound like these RPG
You know what? When I come back to Ohio,
I would like that.
You're playing an RPG, but you're bitching about grinding.
I know. I saw someone.
No,
I'm not gonna say any names because this person is friend of NGR. But I saw this person post something about an RPG and said, "Man, I really want to like this RPG, but there's a lot of grinding." And I was like, I'm going to smack you. I'm going to drive to City X and slap you in the face.
You do not need to get to level 99. Don't you know?
Who says that? Who says that about an RPG? Like that's what an RPG is. You grind out your points, skill
dude,
points,
the
skills.
highest I could get to is like level 70. Level 99 is just
my
like,
gosh.
dude,
I had
Tales of
I had, like,
Symphonia. Oh
probably-
shoot! See,
I
y'all
probably
know
had
Tales
like
of
15 Pokemon up to level 99 when I was playing Blue.
Was you doing
Okay.
a cheat? Or no? Yeah, someone said there was a cheat.
Cheats? Who cheats at Pokemon? It's too easy.
Well, I was at level 50 when I beat the game.
The only thing I used was a Game Shark so I can get Mew. And that was after I already had all 150. The legit way. I had 2 Game Boys in red and blue.
Yeah, we talked about that on Power Block.
You were that sad kid all by himself.
Look, I wish I was.
Okay,
Look,
so you know what?
I'll be
You know
honest,
what it
I was that sad kid all by myself too, but that's because I grew up in a neighborhood with no other kids.
right.
Well, you know what it was? Like, I didn't realize that you could trade blue Pokemon to other blue cartridges. And like 90% of my friends had a blue cartridge. I was like, nobody has red. I need to trade with red. And so I just ended up. My mom got me a Game Boy Pocket for Christmas that year, and then I ended up getting Pokemon Red with some money that I saved, or like gift cards or something. I think it was like Funko Land at the time before GameStop took over the world. And then I got Red, and I got my link cables out. And then I had to go buy new link cables, the ones with like the 4 tips, because the Game Boy Pocket took different tips than the Game Boy Bat. So I was like, this is just too much.
Before we go any further, can we all just take a moment of silence for Funko Land?
And Babbage's.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
well, Babbage just turned into EB. What did they turn into EB Games?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they turned into EB Games, and then GameStop bought EB.
Okay, they did it all.
Yeah,
because
GameStop just bought everything.
Funko
then
Land was
wrote
weird though, because
I
Funko
love
Land, because
Land.
it opened up and then you didn't even know they went out of business. It's just like, oh, y'all left. Okay,
Not ours.
Not ours.
ours did.
Ours?
Yeah, our Funko Land.
Ours was there until it eventually turned into GameStop.
No, probably for you. Yeah, ours was, because our Babbage's was in a mall. Funko Land had their own spot, like way across the street, by this Target. And then when we would always go up to that Target to get some Nintendo games, because that's where I got my Mortal Kombat 2. And when I went to go get Mortal Kombat 2, I looked at Funko Land was gone. That space was empty. Now it was GameStop, but I was just like, the heck? How did y'all disappear? Because they was the only one selling Chrono Trigger. Because we also had like Software Etc., but and they were the only ones selling the Neo Geo games and the Sega Saturn, which is
all I remember is my first thing at Funko Land. I traded in some Sega Genesis games so I could buy NBA Jam, and they were all out. So they tried to sell me Barkley Shut Up and Jam, which was the worst basketball game I think I've ever played.
Aww.
well, Shaq Fu,
No.
but Shaq Fu was a fighting game.
Hey, you know what? Shaq Fu was awesome. Okay, I just found my Genesis cart the other day.
Speaking of Shaq Fu, by the way, I'm still totally hyped for the new Shaq Fu game because I'm supposed to be getting it free.
I have
Yeah,
more games
thank
to
you,
talk
Larry.
about.
Thank you.
I have
Ed
more
thinks
games
Shaq
to talk-
Fu is an
I
abomination
have
of a
more
video game.
games to talk about. I
No,
No.
you don't get to talk
You
about more
don't like
games. We're talking about
Shaq
Shaq
Fu.
Fu.
I-
Opinion
I-
just became null and void again.
I played Gone Home also on Xbox One. Beat it, but then like about 2 hours. It's an okay game. It's something I wouldn't pay no $20 for. Wow.
It's been on my to-do list, and I reactivated my Live Gold account just so I could get... Actually, everything on Live Gold this month looked appealing to me. Like, it was all stuff that I'd kind of been eyeballing anyways, and I figured for $10 for the month was way better than spending like $80 for the 4 games separate.
What
Right.
are the games for Xbox this month?
Gone Home, Oxenfree,
Yeah.
you've got Rayman 3 HD, and Turing Test.
Right, Turing Test was like that kind of Portal ripoff kind of game, right? similar to Portal, but
not sure. Like, all I know is I kind of looked or read through the description, and it piqued my interest. So I have every intention of getting on top of that once that one goes up in a couple of days.
Well, I know I own Oxenfree for Xbox One, and I need to finish it. Everybody's getting on me about that. Rayman 3, I'm interested in playing. I want to play that one.
Overall, a good month on live games with gold.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's on PlayStation. I don't even know what's on PS4.
The big one. Well, it's Metal Gear Solid 5. Phantom Pain is the big one, and then there's a bunch of like scary games that are for free, and I'm like, no thanks.
Is it live
Amnesia?
now?
The Amnesia collection is free on PS4.
Is it live? Oh, it's live now. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll probably do it. I'll probably don't. I do want to play. I have Phantom Pain for PS3, but I want to play it on PS4 since now it's free.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play Phantom Pain for a while. I just didn't really want to pony up the $30, $40, $50. And now it's free.
Now you don't have to
play it. I know.
So, but that's pretty much all I've been playing for right now. I really haven't played a lot of games on my PS4 and on my Switch, but I will be playing Fire Emblem Warriors next week. I am gonna get The Witness because
Larry
wants
my God, Ermagerd.
Larry wants me to play it, and there's some Switch.
Eddie, you need to stream it so I can just sit there and like chat at you while you're streaming it.
No.
All I know is I have to get all my gaming in soon because I'm not playing any games this weekend because it's our 1 year anniversary.
Oh,
so I was like, no games Saturday or Sunday. No second TV in the living room. No anything.
And this literally sucks because next week is Fire Emblem, and then following is Wolfenstein.
Oh, I'll be fine next weekend. Next weekend's Fire Emblem. Yeah, I'm not.
Well, yeah.
Why do you think
but it sucks.
I planned it out perfectly, Ed, to where my 1 year anniversary fell the week before Fire Emblem.
But see, it sucks because then I got to juggle Fire Emblem, I got to juggle Super Mario Odyssey, and Wolfenstein 2.
Did you see the new Odyssey trailer, by the way?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I showed my wife because it was a musical and she likes that kind of stuff, and she was like dancing on. It was awesome.
Why did someone take that in Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation and put it together with the dancing part? I'm like, oh, this fits so much. But I love it. I love that, and everybody's been sharing it. They're just like, Nintendo sometimes just do some of the craziest things. It really makes me happy. I was just like, oh, Nintendo. But Larry,
Ed, you need to stream your playthrough of The Witness on Twitch, though, because the biggest thing is I want your reaction live when you have the aha moment. Everyone has an aha moment in that game. There's like one exact precise moment, and I'm telling you, when it hits you, everybody's reaction to that is just the fucking best. And I want to see your reaction to it.
Have you finished the game?
Oh, Lord, yes.
But you haven't done the puzzles.
I'm doing a little bit of cleanup here and there. It's one of those things that I get in a mood every once in a while to go back and hunt down, a couple of stragglers, but I still haven't done the Hall of the Mountain King yet either, but honestly, it kind of nerve wracks me just a titch because I as much as I like it, I'm not necessarily good at it, and I have to sit there and really kind of work through it. And to get through the Hall of the Mountain King, you have to be fucking quick.
Oh, solving the puzzles.
Mm-hmm. Because Hall of the Mountain King, all the puzzles are randomly generated.
Okay.
So you can't memorize the answers for that shit.
How many puzzles is it?
327.
Go sit down somewhere, Corey.
I am sitting down.
It's actually probably upwards of
100.
You're probably over 500.
Yikes!
Yeah,
it's big. It really is.
The Witness is huge.
Yeah, it's not big, but it's
people
dense.
People were passing like 500 puzzles and saying, like, I don't know how many more puzzles there are, but I'm done because I've done 500 puzzles. Which, like, actually makes me more like, everybody was kind of like, yeah, The Witness is kind of like Breath of the Wild and Tetris mixed together, where it's like this vast island and you're moving through the island solving all these puzzles, but without any combat or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I could do that. But then I'd get through like 10 puzzles, and the 11th puzzle I wouldn't know what to do. I'd be like, I'm done. I'm dumb. I'm going back to shooting stuff.
Well, I played a lot of RPGs and a lot of Phoenix Wright, so I should be able to figure it out. And I'm good at Tetris.
So, things I've been playing since you mentioned RPGs. Again, I've actually been playing some RPG shit, which I almost never do anymore. Start out with, I've been playing the demo for Octopath Traveler.
Yes.
I am in love. It's been a long, long time since an RPG really grabbed me like that, but I dig it. It's got some grinding, but it's fairly minimal. Like getting through the first boss in Primrose's story, I kind of had to backtrack a couple times and level up, and I'd pick up a level and go, okay, let's go see if I can do it now, and then he'd still smack me down, so I'd, back and forth. But it wasn't bad by any means. It didn't feel over bloated in that regard, and that made me happy. I like combat. It's clean, it's simple. I adore the art. Just the visual style is phenomenal. I know they call it like HD 2D, but it feels like it should have a better name than that, because it's got this kind of...
Well, we don't know how Square Enix is with names.
Yeah, no kidding. But it's got this almost, realistic pixel art thing to it. It's bizarre, but not in an off-putting way, just a way that you can't quite put your finger on exactly what makes it perfect.
It looks like a working design game from the 90s. Like on Sega Saturn. Sega CD or Sega Saturn. If it looks like a working
design not Sega game. CD. No.
But
I don't know why you played on Sega CD that looked like that.
But working designs was good with sprites based and like anime.
Or you got your head down and I see your arm moving, and all I can think is you're just playing scratch off tickets.
No, I'm trying. I'm working on my wife's anniversary gift because my time is very limited, so I've been trying to double and triple task everything. So since the 1 year anniversary is the paper anniversary or whatever, I've decided to draw her, and that's what I'm working on.
Aww. Let's see it.
No, I can't, because then I don't want her watching this and say, okay, I'll show you.
No.
That's just an admittance that she doesn't watch it, which I kind of assumed anyways.
You must keep it secret.
Ed, this isn't even for you. Why don't you want to see it?
Because...
Well, I want to see it.
Maybe Larry wants to see it.
I do want to see it.
It actually looks like... I need to finish it first. I'll show you guys when it's done. I can't just show... I showed Ed a work in progress one, and I hated it. And, it didn't even come together until... I thought I was going to have to start over, 3 times. But it came together, and I'm just...
I told her.
Touching it up. No, I get that way, though.
If it comes out and it's super amazing, when I do want to see the finished product, you realize that if it's, amazing... I'm totally going to demand that you paint me like one of your French girls.
Gosh, do you know how many times I've heard people say that? Gosh.
Yeah, but how many times is it a big, full-bodied, bearded person demanding that you paint him like one of your French girls?
More than I would like to admit.
Actually, dude, I've got the perfect... Oh, my God.
I was about to say, come on my Twitter feed.
Oh my God, no, this is about to get even better. For my birthday, Eddie fell victim to this.
Oh.
A couple weeks before my birthday, I had made a joke about a bearskin rug and the whole posing nude thing on it. And our girlfriend got me a bearskin rug-shaped bath mat for my birthday. And so Eddie was here for my birthday. So while he was knocked the fuck out on the couch, the room was dark. I came down and I laid it out on the floor. I'm laying there in boxers, kind of posed like it. Eddie kind of stirs and like, Eddie, he wakes up. The fuck?
I was just like, oh, this is just too much. Really, really. And I wanted to fall out, but I was too tired. I had just woken up in the morning, and the bad thing about it, I didn't even hear Larry come down the stairs, plant the rug, and sat on it. I was just like, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, and you now doing this to me.
It was kind of amazing.
You should have heard Ed when me and my wife watched a show called Ghost Adventures, and Ed was like freaking out to the point where like we got like 10 minutes in, and my wife's like, okay, we're watching something else now.
Dude, the commentary that I was doing on that mug was real.
Yeah, I sent it to Ed. I mean, the group chat, it was hilarious.
In any case, Octopath Traveler, amazing. I still need to. I don't know how far this demo goes. By the way, like I got to
Primrose's is like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yeah, same with the
baby.
I got to the boss, and it's like you've reached the end of the demo, but then it's like here, keep playing some stuff.
Yeah,
well, like you can go to the town.
So, but in any case, I still need to play through the other character and scope that out and see how that differs. But another RPG on the list this past week, though, was Golf Story. My God. Oh, God, I love Golf Story.
Yeah, Christine was talking about that you was playing it and stuff.
Oh, I'm loving Golf Story.
Now, there is a story to it, correct?
Yeah, it's in the name. It says Golf Story.
But, I mean, story as in an RPG, because it seems that the stuff that whatever the enemy is doing has nothing to do with the character playing golf. It's like it's all about the character playing golf. It is 100% about golf.
Yeah, that's like the setup of the story.
A golf story.
Right, but it looks like from the trailer that golfer never gets involved with the enemy, with the antagonist. It just looks like that when he's fighting.
There's no combat.
You level up by golfing.
Well, you're golfing, but I thought you would also be able to interact with something with the enemy or the antagonist of the game. And from the trailer is what I'm talking about. No,
there's no combat. It's all golf.
Right, but
you're interacting with other people and you're competing with them.
Yes, but do your character and the antagonist ever cross paths and you guys golf against each other or do some kind of combat or like a dungeon or something? Or is it separate RPG?
It is literally a golf RPG. You are role playing the character of a golfer. It's completely ridiculous. It's absolutely hilarious. It's got that whole cheesy. We didn't have enough room to fit all the text in the box, so the dialogue sounds kind of goofy and chopped charm to it from like the 8-bit days. Like I'm just reminded of I Am Error, but it gives it a certain charm. Like they have their own lingo of sorts. Like you walk into the first golf club, Well-Worn Grove, and you're seeing like, people teeing off and, driving down the range, and the guy that they're, playing the course with is like, shot, that was amazing. Like, instead of nice shot, it's just shot. And it actually kind of reminds me vaguely of like the, kind of like the lingo from Battle School from Ender's Game, where things are just a little oddly shorthanded that don't necessarily need to be, but they are. I know it's a weird correlation, but in any case, no, Golf Story has been phenomenal. I do have a couple of minor gripes, but they're just they're minor. There's a few places where certain mechanics don't seem to work quite like they should. Mm-hmm. I don't like the fact that once you start a course, you can't move the camera to scan the rest of the course. All you can see is like the line for your shot. That's something that does cheese me off just a little bit. I will say, for my money, it's probably the second greatest golf game I have ever played. So, nice. And that falls second only to True Swing Golf on the DS.
Never heard of it.
Oh my! It was an actual like Nintendo title too. Like it was first party Nintendo.
Why wouldn't they just make it Mario Golf?
Because it wasn't supposed to be like a weird, goofy golf. They went and made like a real golf.
Oh, like a true sim golf.
Yeah, and it was really good.
You can't do that with Mario Golf.
Like the way it worked, like I said, it was original DS, and actually I had the easiest time playing it. Like I'd sit there and kind of line everything up, holding the DS the way that you're supposed to, sideways like this, and flip out your top screen. But when I go to take my swing, I'd hold it like book style, like you would if you were playing Brain Age, because it got so much easier at that point. Because your bottom screen, your touch screen, you were literally looking top down at the ball lying on the turf, and you were using your stylus to do your swing across the screen. And it worked super well. Like, it was hands down the most responsive. It was just a joy to play. Like, I can't tell you how much time I wasted playing that fucking... I'm not even into golf, and I fucking loved it. Like, I've had an inkling now to get it out again and play it some more. Which, the other thing, too, is that playing through the Octopath Traveler demo has really made me want to go back and play Legend of Dragoon again. So... It really makes me long for a Legend of Dragoon sequel, but that shit'll never happen. So the next best thing I can do is go back and play the original again. But in any case, I played a little bit of Oxenfree since, like we said, it's up on Games with Gold this month. I only got about 30 minutes in. It was super fucking late when I started it, and I liked what I played. I liked the music. I liked the kind of the constant chatter. It feels really natural in terms of the dialogue. It doesn't feel kind of odd and forced and out of place like it does in some of the more dialogue heavy or centric games like the Telltale stuff. It feels like natural conversation happening, and you can just kind of interject and slip in whenever you so choose. And that fascinates me. And it's really well written dialogue to boot. I don't know if I'm super crazy about the art style, but I am really curious to get deeper into it and check out more of that. But yeah, this has been just a delightful past week and a half. I've really gotten some time to actually play some stuff, and it's been just a joy. Like, it hasn't felt rushed. Like, I've actually just been able to sit down and play something for a little while, and it's been awesome. And I've also been cracking out a little bit of Sonic Mania here and there, just because I will forever keep going back to Chemical Plant Zone.
Yes.
Dude, all
Sonic Mania's music's so good.
Mm-hmm.
That music is just like, I don't know. Sonic. Say what you will about Sonic games, you can't deny that the music is awesome.
Dude, did you ever hear there was an amazing remix of the Chemical Plant Zone music? It was mixed with Every Day I'm Shuffling.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh my god, I love that shit. As a matter of fact, as an added bonus, if nobody's heard that, I'm totally going to drop a link to that in the description for the show notes this week.
Yes.
Oh, everybody needs to hear that. So, Plant Zone, Shuffling. But yeah, that's, God, it's felt like a great week for getting to sit and play games. That just makes me thrilled. But in any case, Lord, I know there was new stuff too, and it's just gone out of my head because I've been so excited about getting to sit and play fucking games for a while again.
Ed and I were just talking about this the other day about, like, there's so, like, for me, like, now that Destiny's out, all my focus is on Switch games. There's too many Switch games now. There's like for me, it's like Fire Emblem. There's a JRPG called Knights of Azure that's coming out for Switch. Mario Odyssey, Xenoblade, Doom, Skyrim, LA Noire. Like, all these games coming to Switch, and I'm just like,
there's a ton of stuff. Speaking of that reminds me, that's some new stuff too that we should be hitting on. So I almost pulled the trigger on Cuphead in the last couple of days, and I'm actually really glad that I didn't. I saw this crop up today that the guys behind it said that it's nothing more than plans at the moment, but we do have plans for a physical release, a la, collector's edition type deal. I'm like, really glad I didn't just spend $20 on Cuphead, because then I was going to fall in love with it and then end up having double dip on a fucking physical copy.
That was the question everybody was asking. Was Cuphead going to be released physical? Because they had the regular Xbox One green box with the yellow cover, like wrapped around it saying Cuphead. And it was like a picture that looked like that was the physical release. So everybody was wondering,
how about Microsoft just strikes a deal with Nintendo and just puts it on Switch?
I think everybody will.
Give me a Cuphead keychain to go with my Cave Story and Metroid ones.
I mean,
I've got my Puyo Puyo Tetris keychain too. Those were pretty awesome.
I mean, they made 330,000, or they sold 330,000 on Steam. So we don't know the numbers for Xbox One just yet, but a physical copy would be good.
Yeah. I say, and speaking of physical copies, the other thing that came up in the last day or two is that Retro City Rampage on the Switch is getting a really sweet looking physical edition.
Yeah, it's getting like the soundtrack and stuff.
And it's got a reversible art cover that's super reminiscent of the old like Mega Drive games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like it's that white box with the blue grid on it.
Yeah,
that thing looked awesome as shit. I'm like, yep, I was just about to look at that too.
As the not the Wonder Boy remake, but the Monster Boy remake that's coming out soon. Like, it has that blue and white grid Master System look on it. Yeah,
so that's got me pretty hype.
I have a Master System sitting in my closet over here. I'm trying to get rid of. If anybody wants a Master System, as is, with like 20 games,
I have already 2.
Hit me up on Twitter, Corey and UHD.
So here's a question I want to pitch to you guys, because I was rolling this around in my head today, and I can't seem to come up with a good solution. With all the wonderful indie games that are getting physical releases, but it's coming after the digital release of the game. Like, they only come out after the game did really well. Is there a way to release these to those that bought the digital without kind of going, hey, buy another copy of our game, fucking double dip, give us your money twice, versus being able to possibly just upgrade from your digital copy that you already paid full price for and pay a little bit extra to get a hard copy? I'm at a loss for trying to figure out a reasonable way to do it, but it pains me because
I think what you could do, like, in terms of Cuphead, right? Like, in terms of at least first-party games, like, if you go to Xbox.com and you go in through your account and you order it from the Microsoft Store, like, if you order the physical copy, if they just gave you, like, a discount, because, like, they can do that digital to digital, like, I know for Xbox, for State of Decay, if you bought State of Decay through Xbox Live on 360, and you bought it digitally on Xbox One, you got $15 off for repurchasing it. But if you like go through the Xbox website or the Microsoft Store or something and log in through your account and they see you've bought it already once digitally, like, there should be like a coupon code that you enter in at checkout.
I'm just feeling like there should be a blanket way to do it that, it's not relegated to just first party.
Well,
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that would be the easy workaround for first party games. I don't know how you do.
For indie games, a lot of them go with a limited edition run or limited edition.
Limited run games.
A lot of indie people go with them and be like, okay, this indie game just came out, but we're also going to do physical print. The indie developers have to team up with a big publisher or find some way to do physical copies in stores. So there's no way to stop the double dipping on that. Mm-hmm. Now, it would be nice.
God, that shit pains me.
I mean, it would be nice that, hey, for $9.99, if you guys have already bought the game, but you would like the box and the instruction manual sent to you, we could send that to you. So that way you would actually have the box and the instruction manual because you already own the game. Now, if you don't own the game, if you guys order from us for $19.99, you guys get the whole package: box, game, and instruction manual. That way, they don't have to deal with retailers. B, they don't have to deal with GameStop if you want to trade it in or anything. Because like once you buy it, you have to keep it. And at least you will have a nice collection of their indie game, which will help better sales for them. Because a lot of people don't buy indie games. A lot of kids, I should say, don't buy a lot of indie games. A lot of adults do. So it would be cool if a kid can ask their mom, "Hey mom, can you go online and order this for me?" And the mom at least could be able to see the game and be like, "Oh, this is fun. You want it?" And then they could order it for them. Us as older adults, we just want it because it's a collectible, unless we like the game.
Yeah. I don't know. There's so many things out there right now, different ways to get games and stuff that, like, I don't know. There's a lot of things people need to figure out. Like, I thought for sure the Switch was going to be an all digital console, and like, if you went and bought the physical version of the game, like, it would just come with a download code inside the box.
Well,
and like, they've done that with some games, like Splatoon did that, Mario Kart did that. I think maybe Fire Emblem is doing that in some territories. Like, Nintendo's already starting to do it, where you just open the box and it's just a card with the game code on it. And you just download it.
That wasn't my copy of Splatoon or Mario Kart.
No, it was. I don't know if they did it in this region, but they did it in Europe. They did it in Japan, where they would just sell you the box, or you could go in and buy a box for $5. Like, it was this weird thing.
See, I want a real hard copy though. Like, I want my cartridge. I want the works. Like, as it is, I'm still already just sad that there is no art. There's no manual in there anymore. That's one of those things that just breaks my heart as it stands.
Well, I mean, I think the manual one is the cost effectiveness to it. So I think hopefully cartridges get cheaper for indie developers to be able to produce their game on, so they can add a manual. Because I know the Nintendo tax, whatever you want to call it, I think a $30 indie game, like, people pay $40 for The Witness, and that's digital. So, like, paying a $30 for an indie game on Switch,
I would have preferred to have that hard copy. Like, if it ever comes to hard copy, I will double dip on that. But I wish I didn't have to.
Most people will buy hard copies of Nintendo games when it comes to indies. The only game that I could really think of that people may have bought hard copies of an indie game is Rocket League. And maybe Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
Like Shantae, they have Genie Hero or that last Shantae game. Like, people was buying that more on Wii U than PS4.
Well, it's getting a physical copy now. Shantae is for Switch, which is pretty exciting. I have the Wii U physical copy, but if I can play it on Switch, I'm definitely going to get it there too. Right, even though I already downloaded it, but I'll probably buy the cart just to save room on my memory card, to be honest with you.
Right. The game is really good, and the soundtrack is phenomenal.
I didn't know if I was going to like that kind of, because it used to be so, like, the pixel art used to be so good, and then they went to this kind of, like, anime hand-painted kind of art style thing, and the 2.5D when you're fighting the bosses and stuff, but, like, still looks really good. I really like it. Shantae is one of those underrated. I feel like Shantae is really underrated as a franchise, and I feel like more people should know about Shantae.
Well, I think Wave 4 is underrated. A lot of people don't give that company credit for some really great games that they make. You know,
I think there was a missed opportunity to just put out the full series collection onto a single cartridge on Switch. That would have been brilliant.
Well, Wave 4 is
I'd have hopped on that in a heartbeat.
Wave 4 is like that double A kind of company where they could they could develop and publish their own games, but they sometimes work with other companies to get their stuff worked out. Like the Batman and that Batman game, they did Capcom's DuckTales, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
are they doing some kind of Mummy game too that was supposed to come out when the movie came out?
Like the Mummy remake thing. Yeah,
that movie was actually better than it should have been. By the way, I actually really liked that new Mummy movie.
A lot of people say that a lot of journalists said the game looks better than the Mummy movie because this one is going to be a Metroidvania style game. It looks good though.
Yeah. Apparently, I like really bad movies though, because I like those dumb old Tomb Raider movies. I liked the Assassin's Creed movie. Like, I
haven't seen an Assassin's Creed movie.
It's on my scope list.
Here's the thing: the Assassin's Creed movie isn't a great movie, like in terms of like winning any awards or anything, but it's totally watchable. Right, I mean, it's totally like
it's a popcorn flick.
Yeah, it's got a ton of cool action scenes. Like, I think it's cool how it has like this Matrix-y vibe to it, where like it has this overlay when it's in the real world as opposed to in the past, like that kind of thing. Michael Fassbender was really good in it. Like, I really thought that movie was very watchable. I don't know.
Unlike Prince of Persia, I fell asleep on that 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, this is so boring.
Oh man, Prince of Persia.
I really wish that the Prince of Persia movie would have been like all centered around the original Prince of Persia game. Okay, I can't say original, but the first Prince of Persia game that was on PS2, GameCube, and Xbox.
Oh, I love that
one was
game.
Awesome.
It's weird.
That one was fantastic.
I did Prince of Persia on GameCube, and I think I did 2 and the last one on Xbox because it was cheap.
I told you when we were on our honeymoon, I found all 3 of them complete in box on the GameCube for like $6 a piece.
Nice. Yeah, I couldn't find the GameCube version. The must disappear like quickly.
I have all those games on GameCube, but me and my cousin used to go dumpster diving once a month when they throw out all their old strategy guides. Mm-hmm. And I found all 3 Prince of Persia strategy guides in near mint condition in a dumpster.
Wow.
We used to go, like, my cousin used to sell stuff on eBay and like would make like a ton of money because he's super mathematically smart or whatever, but he would make that like his full-time job where we'd actually go like out of state to go find stuff for him to buy so he could sell it. And like we would go dumpster diving for games, we'd go to like these weird sales, and we'd go to Best Buy at the end of the month when all the guides they're getting ready to throw away were like a penny a piece. Like I got the what guide was it? It was like I got all 3 Final Fantasy 13 guides, like the collector's edition guides with the art books in the back for a penny a piece.
Nice.
And like Assassin's Creed 3 guide I got for a penny. Dude, I've gotten so many guides for less than a penny. It's just
I gotta say, I love the Nintendo guys. The Nintendo guys are just like so spot on.
I love the other guides too.
That was the other one. I got the Skyward Sword guide, collector's edition guide for a penny.
Jealous.
And I have 2 of them. One's sealed and one's open.
Oh my god, I want one.
Shade.
I want one.
Shade.
Almost all, like, I always buy 2 of the Zelda ones because I'll always have one sealed and one that I use. So I leave all my collector's edition ones sealed.
I didn't buy the Wind Waker one on GameCube because EGM used to have another magazine that did guides, so I used that for Wind Waker.
Wind Waker one was like the last Zelda one that was Nintendo Power published. But it was like the last Zelda game that got a Nintendo Power published guide.
Oh, okay. Well, I got
Nintendo stuff. I
have the Wind Waker HD one, which is that book is beautiful. It's big.
Yeah, back in the day, when in the bottom corner there it said, the official Nintendo Player's Guide.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, for those that are watching the YouTube edition of the show, you can see it right down in the bottom there. The official Nintendo Player's Guide back in the day. That was your market quality. And that was back, too, when a single game would get multiple versions of the strat guide. Yeah. Because, Nintendo would make theirs, and then, Prima would make theirs, and there was a couple of others. I remember back when Prime and Fusion came out, there was a third-party guide that was actually a Prime and Fusion guide all rolled into one.
Yeah, I remember I was really mad because I asked for the Majora's Mask strategy guide from Nintendo Power for Christmas one year, and my mom got me the Brady Games one, which was awful. It was the unofficial Zelda Majora's Mask guide, and it was awful. Yeah. It had all this fake clip art in it, and it wasn't any Zelda art in it. I was like, "This is awful. I need the Zelda Majora's Mask."
I know for Christmas, because when Ocarina of Time came out, I had used my Christmas money to get the guide for that game because I was stuck on the desert with the women. The town. I was trying to escape, and I had to hide, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I used the book for that, and then I did.
At least you didn't know you had to go back in time for 6 months.
I knew I had to do that. That was easy.
I didn't. I was dumb. I was like, where do I go?
I before strategy guides of now. The only two that I actually bought was the Legend of Zelda 1, Ocarina of Time, and Secret of Mana. Those was the only two guys that I brought. My cousin, he had Super Metroid, but I went through that whole game without using the guide. I only used it when I beat the game. And then there was a Street Fighter guide, but that was in Game Pro that I used.
That Super Metroid guide, by the way, has an amazing fold out in the center of it.
I found my Mario 3 strategy guide.
No shit.
Ago. Yeah, it's in one of those plastic sleeves that protects it. Well, I used to have all my strategy guides on a shelf, and this was around the PS2, Xbox One era. Oh, nice.
It had a big fucking fold out in the center that was awesome.
And my cousin set his pop-up on the top of the shelf, and it spilled.
Oh, no.
And nobody knew it until it dried, and all my strategy guides were stuck together, and, all the pages were stuck together. So, all of my N64 era strategy guides were destroyed. My Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, Pokemon, all these guides that were, meant so much to me were just stuck together.
Corey, my heart just fucking broke for you. That's horrible.
It's funny that you mentioned Mario 3. I actually did every level of Mario 1, Mario 2, and Mario 3, and the lost levels. Playing them on the original systems, not the Super NES card. But I did every level each game. And I gotta say, those ones are very challenging. I'm like, wow.
Oh, no, God, especially when you're doing lost levels. That thing was hard as shit.
Yeah, lost levels. I did one shot with that. I was just like, I'm just gonna play all the levels until I beat this game, and I beat it probably within 2 hours.
Oh, speaking of, by the way, I came across this a week or two ago. I meant to mention this. Related to lost levels, amongst others, but there's a there's a series available on Amazon Prime Video. It's like, video games by the year or some shit like that. But like each episode covers like 1 year of stuff that happened in video games starting with the 80s. It was really cool. Like one of the episodes talks specifically about like what happened that Lost Levels didn't originally come to the States, and we ended up with the Doki Doki Panic reskin and like all the legal stuff behind it, as well as to why they chose Doki Doki Panic to reskin to bring over. It was really fucking neat. I highly recommend checking it out. Also, on the first episode of that, friend of the show, Tommy Tallarico, is on that.
Oh, nice.
So, if you've got Amazon Prime Video, go scope that shit out. It's really good, actually. It's really well done. It was kind of a total delight to watch.
Nice.
Yeah. And I didn't even know, like I said, a lot of people didn't know about Doki Doki Panic when Richard came over here. Like Super Mario Bros. 2, it's just like, oh, this is a whole different game. Seeing the commercial, it's just like, oh, I gotta buy this game.
No, like, watching that, like, I learned new shit that I was not aware of, honestly, about that whole thing, which was really neat. And more of what I learned had to do with, like, what Doki Doki Panic was actually originally about. And it was kind of cool to find that out. But it was kind of neat to see how they made the mental jump from, we can take this and turn it into this because of this thing.
I kind of would like to see Doki Doki Panic released like on the eShop, like Nintendo's like.
I'd like to see anything old school released on the eShop, Virtual Console.
Well, we got the arcade games coming.
It's not the same. Like, that's neat, but it's still not what I want. Now, that being said, I think there's a golden opportunity here. I really do. Instead of doing piecemeal, in what they should be doing is lumping series together. Like, do collections.
Well, shoot, that could be the same thing for the Neo Geo titles. Like, they're a la carte in their games, pretty much.
Like, give me like a $30 hard copy that I can buy that has Mario 1, 2, and 3 on it. I will happily pay that for a collection of, Metroid 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be peachy, or you can charge a little more and throw like Zero Mission. But, there's a whole bunch of stuff, that there are series that they could do full collections of on a single cartridge and release them in a nice package. And that way, instead of, somebody just buying, like, case in point, like one of the NES Mega Man games for $5, you could get $30-$40 out of them and sell them the whole fucking series. But you could do that with a lot of, the old school games.
Yeah.
So,
I still want New Super Mario Brothers All-Stars pack for Switch.
No, that makes a ton of sense, actually. I hadn't really thought about that, but that's fucking brilliant. I would totally be on board with that. In a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Done. Sold. Money in the bank. Bam.
Bam. Pow. Up-res. Save as. Switch.
Kick it up a notch. Bam. Get your Spice Weasel.
New Super Mario Brothers .Switch. Save as. Drop drag.
Pretty much. So, but yeah. I think we've... This has been a fun show tonight. I've really missed you guys. Like, I had a great time with this shit. Like, it's seriously midnight, and I am totally not falling asleep at this point. I am way hyped up.
I am about to crash.
I can see it on your face.
I don't even know if I'm going to make it out the door.
Zombie face.
Shoot.
Corey's going to, get up from the chair halfway and just thud.
It's all right.
Eddie, whatever you do, don't stop recording. I want to hear that sound when Corey.
I've got my cool new Destiny figures to, keep me company. They're my gift to myself that said, "Good job, guy. You made it a year. You did it."
I gotta get my sleep in. I gotta be up at 3:00. I gotta be at work at 4.
I got Squishy to keep me company. He's so cute in Squishies.
I need to redo my desk because it's still set up from when Ed was here. So, literally, Ed, I have not moved a thing since you left.
Nice.
So, except my microphone, but apparently my microphone cords are bad. But, I mean, they've been in use for 4 years, so it's probably time to replace them.
Yeah.
Does that explain that horrible fucking...
Crackly sound? Yes.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
what the hell
my...
was that shit last week?
I really apologize, guys. I'm trying... That's why I'm using my webcam mic. I don't sound as good, but you guys don't hear...
Alright, you're coming through pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, so you're not hearing the crackly sound. I'm going to address that issue in the next few weeks, hopefully.
Right on, right. Well, you know what, like you said, what you got now actually sounds pretty good, so I don't see any fucking need to rush.
Yeah. I would rather buy my Fire Emblem Collector's Edition.
Right.
I'm not going to fault you. Also coming out here shortly is Tiny Barbarian DX. I'm totally looking forward to playing the fuck out of that. If you haven't seen it yet, I would highly recommend you scope out some stuff on that. It looks super awesome coming from the Nicholas guys. Again, they seem to be like the kings of indie publishing on the Switch here lately. But it's coming out like hard copy, physical edition for $30.
Yeah.
So
they're also doing The End Is Nigh, which is the follow-up to Super Meat Boy and Binding of Isaac. So, I mean, that's coming out, I think, mid-November, I think.
Yeah, that's on the horizon as well. So that's another one to look out for. But yeah, I think that's all I got this week. Do we want to do Pimp Your Shit, or considering it's midnight, do we just want to cut it?
Yeah, I think most people know where to find us by now if they've been listening for a while.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And we can always just put links in the description too.
Yeah, only because it's specifically show relevant. iTunes, find us, rate us, leave a review. We appreciate that. Google Play Music, right on our home at shoutengine.com. And check us out on YouTube. Search World 11 Podcast. You'll find us on the Nerds Gone Rogue channel on YouTube as well, which, by the way, Corey, that reminds me, I meant to ask you. I want to play around with the layout since NGR and World 11 are non-console specific. I want to bump the layout to where we're sitting right under the NGR show.
Isn't it already, dude? I already switched.
No, it's not. Did you? I didn't see it.
Yeah, I did that I did that maybe last week.
I'm gonna have to look.
I did that specifically because of that. Let me see.
Like, I swear I looked at it and it wasn't. But anyways, that's a different issue. But yeah, other than that, guys, Facebook page, World 11 Podcast, NGR Radio. Go check those out. Like those pages. Yeah, that's it. That's it for us. We should be back again on Monday as usual. Next week's is going to be an audio only since Corey is out, and he's the one that is kind enough to do our video for us. So, but we will be back again on Monday. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah, I also apologize for the website. I'm kind of I actually worked on it a little bit today. I'm trying to make it less clicky aroundy type thing. I really just want I want the front page to kind of resemble our YouTube page, where okay, show, and then I'll have the news and the blog rolls on a separate thing. So I'm trying to get there. I'm sorry. Thursday,
it'll
I'll
come
have time to work on it. Yeah, so
it'll get there. It's all good.
NGRradio.com though, you can look it there. /World 11 Podcast. That's where you can find the show, right? Yeah. All right, I'm done. Sorry.
Damn Skippy. All right. Well, guys, thank you both for coming and doing this nonsense with us again. And we'll see you all back on Monday. Everyone have a great week. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.